Hi, I'm Blarg257, and welcome to DASHDANCE, the show where we take a look at where Melee has just been and where it's about to be. We've got quite a lot of ground to cover in today's Dashback, but we begin with the rightful lead story, Smash and Splash 4's Grand Championship. The famous water park tournament of Wisconsin saw Hungrybox, first seed as always, make it to winners finals fairly uncontested, as only Swedish Delight and Zane managed to dent him before then, taking one game each. On the other side were the two Swedish kings, Leffen and Armada, who began their standard Fox Ditto, which Leffen has had the advantage in recently, and played it to a 1-1 count. But after Leffen counterpicked FD, Armada picked Peach and could not keep up, giving Leffen the opening he needed to advance to winners finals as well, ending it emphatically with the rarest of landslides, the Armada 4 stock. Winners Finals itself was a stock Leffen H-Box set, as one Reddit user pointed out. Almost all their sets go as this did, and though the ride was bumpier than usual, Hungrybox won 3-2 as he has for months, punching his ticket to Grands. Meanwhile, the two losers of winner semis went down to losers. Armada cast aside Zane in a set that for one shining moment looked as though it could have gone either way, and despite his own doubts, Mewtwo King managed to win over S2J in the Sheik Falcon matchup. The two then met in losers finals, where Mewtwo King could not recapture his summit magic, giving Armada the win in the usual long war of attrition that Marth Peach tends towards, and his rematch with Leffen. Once again, the Fox Ditto started off the set, and after Armada won Game 1, Leffen again responded with Final Destination, and Armada again responded in kind with Peach. One catch in the late game was all Armada needed to take that particular game, and despite a win on Stadium, the lead proved too much for Leffen to handle as he ceded a giant advantage in Game 4 to grant Armada the right to play Hungrybox in Grands. Armada, the last player to beat Hungrybox, started the set off strong with a 3-stock. His ground game seemed too much, and he was everywhere he needed to be in the first game and in those that followed, but the crowd knew better than to count the world number 1 out. But then, he got him.
Volcano strike again? No! We go to a reset.
And then, he got him again.
And that'll do it. It's over.
And in front of a Twitch God boosted audience 120,000 strong, Armada won Smash and Splash 4. Leave it to the greatest of all time to find all the answers that everyone else could not, as he used them to win his first tournament of this caliber since Evolution 2017. Now, I asked a set of questions about Smash and Splash last week, and I've just answered the first and last, which had to do with top tier talent. But I've got to address the others, and there are things to talk about. The Midwest ended up defending the castle as ably as they could be expected to. KJH and Absent Page, the heroes of last week, had rough weekends as KJH won no sets in losers, and Absent Page found himself on the losing end of an unusual upset in pools, but Duck came through with a 9th place finish, as well as a certain local Puffmane, whose reputation seems to grow every time he picks up the controller. That's right, it's Michael again, coming in at 9th by his own merit and that of the bracket. After nabbing himself a couple birds, namely the Falcos of Rocky and Lance in the Pants, Michael was slated to play Lucky, but Peachmane Cobb, first in Kentucky, dropped a bomb on the field by putting Lucky into losers, but regrettably ran into a wall in the form of Puff, or more specifically Michael, who won 3-2 and made winners quarters of a 900 entrant tournament. And he didn't just keel over after that either, though with the level of competition I wouldn't have blamed him if he had, as his first match was against the man, the myth, the Leffen. To the shock and awe of everyone, Michael destroyed him in Game 1, before falling back down to earth and into losers, giving Pew Pew U a run for his money as well, as he bowed out at 9th. I also asked about rank 7, and of the players with arguments, it was Zane who added to his case best. Zane beat Amsa without a hitch, collected his seemingly bi-weekly victory on SFAT, grabbed himself a game on Hungrybox in a set he eventually lost, then went on a rampage as he destroyed Duck to make top 8, then Mango, who may or may not have been in questionable condition, to make top 6. He then lost to Armada, as many do, but remember that one shining moment? This was it, and if not for that misinput on the neutral B and the punish that followed, the Melee scene might have been singing a quite different round of praise after the tournament. If you'd like another losers run to talk about after the marvelous one Armada pulled off this week, look no further than NorCal mainstay Pew Pew U. A loss to Hugs put him in losers, but after that it was go time as he cast aside NMW and Darktooth before pulling out the Fox on Swedish Delight, which, though maybe not new or unexpected by now, proves his depth as a player every time it works, and it certainly did, giving Pew Pew U the 3-1 victory he needed to reach SFAT. The CLG team kill ended up being Pew Pew U's honor, as he eliminated SFAT in a Game 5 set, then took the aforementioned win on Michael all the way into top 8, adding yet another impressive placement to his already resurgent 2018 campaign. I know that was a lot, but there are other highlights, and they include the colliding losers runs of Lucky and Lod, which ended up giving Lucky 13th and Lod 9th, a 4-stock on Mango by Wizrobe of all people, aided by Mango himself, and a couple of names coming out of the past, as Bizarro Flame climbed to 25th and very nearly higher against Lucky, and DeShizwiz demonstrated his mastery of Fox Falco by beating KJH and IBDW en route to a 17th place finish. Your full top 8 for this enormous tournament is Armada at first, Hungrybox at second, Leffen at third, Mewtwo King in fourth, Zane and S2J in fifth, and Mango and Pew Pew U in seventh. A hearty congratulations to them all. You may have noticed Plup absent from the retelling of the week's top story, and that's because he had other things to attend to, specifically DreamHack Austin, a tournament in which he lost 3 individual games and won fairly easily. This is not to say it was devoid of surprise, however, as Texas rather unexpectedly guarded its home turf beyond all expectations, as Ice Climbers player Bananas made it to Losers Finals. Bananas was put in Losers bracket by Chudat in a 3-2 Ices Ditto, but he made the most of it, whacking Jaywalker into submission before beating fellow Texas player Ark, then Mike Hayes 3-0. As if that wasn't enough, he then went on to avenge himself in the Ices Ditto against the enigmatic Chu, and though he failed to take a game from Luna in Losers Finals, his appearance there did the hometown squad proud. Other highlights included the run of Maggi, a Falco from Louisiana who took out Uncle Mojo, Albert, and Luigi Kamaster on his way to a 5th place finish, and an uncomfortably tight Game 5 set between Plup and Mike Hayes in winners semis. The full top 8 was Plup at first, La Luna at second, Bananas at third, Chudat at fourth, Maggi and Mike Hayes at fifth, and Luigi Kamaster and Ark at seventh. For the Dash Forward this week, it's a relatively calm week, as the only tournament with national level talent available is OpTic Arena in Fort Worth. Though Fortnite seems to be the main story here, there's a Melee competition as well, and enough prestige here to get some top level players involved, namely the tireless Hungrybox, Swedish Delight, Absent Page, and literally over half the Captain Falcon players in the top 100, as Wizrobe, S2J, Nun, and Gutsu all make an appearance. Falcon Puff is a fine matchup for Falcon, and it'll be interesting to see how the 3 top Birdmen stack up against H-Box, and how the rest of the players stack up against them. Other attendees include Magi, the Falco from DHA's top 8, and several pieces of Texan talent, including Tuesday and Snowy. If you'd like to see the state of Captain Falcon in today's meta, give this one a watch, but regardless, I'll be sure to report on it next week. That is provided I'll be able to get the episode out at all. I'm not saying it'll be impossible, but I will be in Europe on vacation. But I should be able to do it. Regardless, if you like the content, then you can subscribe to me here or follow me on Twitter at blarg257. Or if you want to see the whole show, here's a playlist with every episode in it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.